thanks very much for your for using my Bass Hunter service again, and this time to get in an inner wood. Now these are a little known brand from Tokyo here, built by a master luthier called Kyuchi-san, and Kyuchi-san has built for Jimmy Haslip. That's his claim to fame. And also for Richard Bonner, but then again, everybody in Japan has built for Richard Bonner. Whether he used their bass or not is another matter. It is true that Jimmy Haslip is still using one of Kyuchi-san's custom-made basses, and I can see why. I mean, for those of you who don't know inner wood, the selling point with inner wood is that the action can go extremely low. This is sub 1 millimeter at the 12th fret, and there's, you know, the neck is pretty much flat, so that means that the engineering, the trajectory and everything is near perfect. So that's much like Sugi or Dragonfly or STR, you know. And there's still room on the truss rod to tighten it. This is how it should be, and if you do that, of course, what's going to happen? It's going to choke out down the bottom. That means the neck is very healthy, so that's great. So let's take that back to where it was, the optimal. Hopefully, no, it needs a little bit more relief than that. So you can you can really dig in with the truss there. It's very rugged, well made. This is a rear pickup. You've got a preamp, which is the Bartolini NT-BT with 2 bands, cut, notch and boost on both bass and treble parameters. So right now I'm on the rear pickup with the bass boosted, treble at notch. And I think, you know, and then when you add the treble, you know, it bites. So it's got a wonderful sound, and the slap is just insane. What a sound, my god. You know, it's just like the Larry Graham in terms of sound. The pickups are custom shop, hand wound Alnico jazz pickups. Very nice indeed. And the hardware, you've got a Godot bridge there, and you've got shallow tuning pegs, bone nut, which is absolutely just, it's you know, notched to precision. So very precise builds, you know, from Kyuchi-san, and unfortunately he's not, he doesn't seem to be making custom orders much anymore, but if you are interested in getting an inner wood, I can source them for you. So anyway, this one is for an existing Bass Hunter customer, and we had to do a few things to this just to go over what we had to do. It needed new strings, of course. We had to change the dials on the preamp section here, because I don't think these are the original dials, these neural knobs, because we have a CTS pot here, and the knob wasn't fitting it properly. It was loose. So we've put on the type, the Sadowski type with the grub screws, so that holds nice and firm now. So that's one thing we had. Another thing we had to do, and just a general clean up and setup as well. Apart from that, though, it was all good. We had to grease the truss nut. This is a 10-year-old or 11-year-old bass, so yeah, we had to grease the truss nut and do a little bit of maintenance there on the neck. So, but I mean, otherwise it's turned out great. It's very, very healthy. It's a fantastic instrument. I would recommend Innerwoods to anyone who was a serious pro bass player. This is going to be great for you. The neck profile is nice and slim. It's like a thin, I'd say this is like a very thin U. You've got a 37mm nut, which is basically the same as a Bacchus wood line. Very similar in terms of grip. Nice and slim. Quite a flat radius on this. I think it's a 400R radius. I'm not sure though. Looking at it, it looks a little bit flatter than what you get on the Bacchus. So probably a 400R radius, which means it's quite nice and flat, allowing for that very low action. So yeah, I mean, it's just insane stuff, guys. I thoroughly recommend it. I wish I could work with this guy, but it seems like he's not really open to doing custom orders and stuff anymore, unfortunately. Anyway, if you're interested, hit me up. Cheers.